Some new laws took effect in Virginia last week. Attorney Paul Hernandez from Kalfus Nachman joins us now to go over some of these new laws and how they can affect you. Okay, Paul, welcome back to the Hampton Roads Show. We've got handgun laws, DUI ignition laws, and new motorcycle laws.
We do.
Take your pick. Where do you want to start?
Let's start with the handguns.
Okay.
For 20 years, Virginia would limit you on how many handguns you could buy per month, and it was limited to one per month. Starting July 1st, that limitation is now removed. You can buy as many handguns as you can afford, but don't forget, you still must pass the background check and all the other criteria of purchasing a handgun.
I know this is a pretty controversial new law, but it seems to be the right thing if it gets in the hands of responsible owners.
And that's true. And there are enough checks and balances in the law still that will prevent too many people buying too many guns. Still need to be a specific type of resident and things of that nature. So there's still enough meat in the law to make sure there's not too many handguns on the street.
You don't ever see that going back to one a month, do you?
I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt
not for a while.
Okay, let's talk about motorcycles real quickly. It seems this time of year you see more and more on the road because it's nice out.
Yeah, wonderful. It's a wonderful time to ride your motorcycles. You know, in the past, if two motorcycles would share the same lane side by side, that was considered reckless driving. And July 1st, they removed that, and now you are allowed to drive side by side. Before you'd see them staggered. Now, in the same lane, they can go side by side, so it's no longer reckless driving.
Why do you think that is?
Well, they found out that it is just as safe, and it's better to have more presence in the lane to avoid accidents with other vehicles.
Okay, interesting. I guess the helmet laws will always stay the same because we know that's the safest thing, wearing a helmet.
Yeah, it is in my book.
It always surprises me going down to South Carolina and the states that will let you go without a helmet.
Pennsylvania, seeing the same thing. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's surprising. Okay, now there's another one that's getting a lot of publicity nowadays is the DUI ignition. Talk about that and why that's mandatory now.
Yeah, well, an ignition interlock is a device that is installed in the vehicle, which before the person driving that motor vehicle, they must blow into basically it's like a little BAC test or blood alcohol content test, and you must have less than 0.02 blood alcohol content for that vehicle to start. So in the past, a first-time DUI offender, the judge, it was discretionary for the judge to say, I'm going to have this person be required to have an ignition interlock system installed on their car. If the BAC was above a 0.15, it was mandatory, but it was discretionary for anybody from 0.08 to 0.15. Now, as a condition of a restricted license, that it is mandatory that these ignition interlocks be installed on the vehicle. Mandatory
for first-time offender?
First-time offender. First-time offender. And there's a lot of costs that go involved in it. There's up to a $65 installation charge.
Wow.
There's up to an $80 a month fee to essentially lease that product in your vehicle. And you also, you know, as a part of your restricted license, it means you have to go to VASAP, you have to pay your fines, you have to pay your costs, and you have to have the ignition interlock.
You know, the best way to avoid that, Paul, is to just don't drink and drive.
We preach that every day.
There you have it. If you have any more questions about these new laws or any legal matters, you can contact Paul at Kalfus Nachman at kalfusandnachman.com or give him a call at 800-361-0430. As always, good information, Paul. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks.